We're gonna get a quick sound check. Okay. Well, hope everybody had a marvelous Thanksgiving, and we're going to cheers to another day where I get to wear the old soccer jersey because England is playing the U.S. at 2 Eastern. I guess we can cheers to the market. In theory, not much going on today. It's not like last year's post-Thanksgiving fun. We're just kind of hanging out near where we closed on Wednesday, and it's really not too much going on. So just going to point out a couple things. It's possible that we really don't move too much today. Um, you can look at that warm-up document. We do have that non-trend rare look on the TPO, which usually just suggests a whole lot of nothing. No surprise is kind of what we normally expect out of this post-holiday session. It's a shortened session today, so we have that half day going on, and yeah, just gonna point out a couple things. Like I said, nothing too groundbreaking, and we may not get too many trades today, if any at all, and that's okay. I guess we can start the weekend early. I'm going to make some special nachos for lunch, and yeah, that's that's the most exciting thing I have to say today. So, anyways, let's just look at a couple things on the macro chart here. First things first, draw an ellipse. Look at how close we are to that 200 SMA. So we haven't quite made it yet. We do have, if you look at that warm-up document, you'll see we have a couple bearish looking candlesticks. However, I do not give those much credence just based on the volume and really based on the proximity of the magnet at this point. And so yeah, watching to see if we do pop to that SMA. Keep in mind that the poor high, or excuse me, that the most recent high is a poor high. So weak hands hanging out there. I do expect that to get unraveled before we see anything significant. Obviously, just because one expects it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but yeah, just be watching that SMA. So I think pretty much everybody watching this knows that. Like I said, nothing groundbreaking. Let's see. Besides that, we are outside balance for the week. So again, we'd have to see something pretty significant relative to the range we've had today. The bottom of that balance is at about, or excuse me, the top of that of the weekly balance is at about 40.15. All low volume uh, this week, so I'm not even so sure that that balance is super relevant. So the way that I'm playing it, as most days, and in fact, the more that I get into the new groove here with the futures trading, is just watching what happens around those extremes. So overnight low, overnight high, prior day low. Those are my personal engagement areas today. I will not engage outside of those. So if we just kind of hang out in the middle of the range, no trade, that's fine. I just think those present the best risk reward in general, and especially on a non-trend day. So we'll be watching what happens around that general area. And if we just take a quick peek, so one more thing on this chart, if and when we do get that pullback, I don't think it's going to be today, but just in case, really that's the most important test area, I think, is around that, let's say, between 3960 and 4000. Let me see exactly where that line is. Really about 3970. So between 3970, 3960, 3970, 3980, thereabouts. When we do get that retest, we want to see if we hold that bull flag. The completion of the bull flag is simply just a higher high from, I think that's like the 9th or 14th, somewhere around there. Again, magnet toward that SMA in that sense. So we'll take a quick peek at the chessboard. Okay, so you can see poor high right at the top there. We do have a bit of a supply zone. Again, low volume from, I think this was the Thanksgiving session as well as our overnight here. So the strength of that supply is probably like the strength of a toothpick. So it's still there. We're looking at it. But I do think that poor high is going to act more as a magnet than as anything, any type of significant resistance, just based on everything I've been saying. Again, watch any type of pullback into, let's say, 4010 to really 40.05. So I'm going to extend this just a little bit because we saw a nice little fake out there on Wednesday. And so I think that this zone, I'll even give it a little bit of room or something like that. So down to that 4,000 level. But you can see we still have plenty of demand. We'll be looking around the daily extremes, and if we see anything more significant, you can see those demand zones there. This is the area where we're looking at for that retest of the top of the flag. You can see that's several, I think that's actually a couple weeks, a couple trading weeks of volume. So this demand area should be pretty strong as well. So pretty simple look. That's really all I have for you. Feel free to look at that warm-up document. I'm going to package all this in the newsletter as always. You can see some levels on that same document as well. I appreciate any engagement on the videos, any engagement via the newsletter, Twitter, etc. You can find all those links in the bio. And yeah, I think it's going to be a nice relaxing day. Obviously, hoping for something, but if we don't get it, everybody have a good weekend. If you're a World Cup fan like myself, enjoy watching that game. Hopefully the U.S. can do something nifty here, and if not, we'll we'll still have those nachos I talked about in the beginning of this video. So otherwise, everybody enjoy your weekends, and I think we're gonna get back to some volume, some better trading starting next week. And until then, stay classy.